Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Vaughn Biggs, and let's queer it politics. Elijah Manley is a young, brash, gay progressive who vows to bring a fighting spirit to Congress. Elijah Manley is Fort Lauderdale's hometown member of the LGBTQ community, now running for Congress. Facing a dire political landscape, the Democratic Party is in need of fresh leadership, and the 26-year-old may just be the spark they need. A passionate community organizer from South Florida, Manley has announced his candidacy for Congress in Florida's 20th district, aiming to challenge incumbent Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick. Manley's bid is driven by a desire for change and a deep-rooted frustration with the status quo. He's taking direct aim at Cherfilus-McCormick, who has faced an investigation into alleged campaign finance fraud since winning her seat in 2022 special election. Manley believes that Cherfilus-McCormick has failed her constituents, prioritizing her legal issues over the community's needs. Growing up in deep poverty and experiencing chronic homelessness as a gay man, Manley understands the challenges faced by most vulnerable in his community. Florida's 20th district is the only majority black district in the state, and Manley's message resonates with those seeking genuine change. Manley's unapologetic, no-filter approach sets him apart as a voice for the younger, more progressive Democrats who are ready to challenge the establishment. With his candidacy, Manley hopes to bring the change many Democrats feel has been missing for too long. If elected, he would be the youngest member of Congress. Hats off to him. He's been an anchor at our table. Mm-hmm. I just saw him last night. It's so interesting. I think we were talking about this. Sometimes when you see him, he's so shy. Mm-hmm. He seems very timid. Mm-hmm. But get him in front of a mic, and the gloves come off. Yep. And I'm happy to see that, because so many of us have sat around this table going, what are our Democrats going to do?
Right.
And we need young blood. Otherwise, we're going to sit there and see our 80, 90-year-old congressman sitting up, they're not really doing anything.
God, yeah.
Well, I admire Elijah's pluck and youthful vigor. I hope he can accomplish what others have failed to do before him. Yeah. It's a big plot, big thing to work out.
It's a big world. Yeah, no, listen, he's 26 years old, all right? But he's got the drive. First of all, he's got the name, right? Elijah Manley. That's a leadership name if I've ever heard one, all right? I was blessed to meet Elijah a couple of years ago right at this table, and I've been able to stay friends with him since. And he's a great guy, great representation, but he don't take no BS.
No.
All right. And so he ran during COVID for state representative in Florida. And now he's going after Congress. He's going after that Congress seat. Right. So I reached out to him for a quote, and this is what he said. All right. To fight the corruption and BS coming from the GOP in Washington, we have to first root out corruption in our own party. I'm running against someone who's accused of taking $5.7 million in COVID relief funds and using it to buy a seat in Congress illegally. She's under investigation. And if she's reelected, Trump and DeSantis will waste no time making sure that this seat is vacant. It's time for us to move on from this type of politics. I'm running for Congress because our people need real help, and help is on the way.
Right.
And that right there is from Elijah Manley, all right? Put the quotations on that.
That's a good slogan. It's a great slogan, right? Help is on the way.
Oh my God, we need the young blood. We need all of that. We need his representation. He's a black gay man, and he ain't afraid of Trump. No. And that's what we need, And if you see him on social media, he says what we need to hear right now, he's also coming from the angle of like, hey, all you old people messed this place up. Right. And now, now we're left with the debris, right?
Step aside.
But he's allowed to feel that way. This is his world too. We don't know what it's like to be coming, on our coattails, having to be a black gay man here in Florida. Not an easy thing. And what he's been through already, homelessness, food insecurity, these are things
black.
Being a black gay man, where do we go?
Right.
So, he's had so many different things that he can elevate and help others. That can look to him, all of you out there that are like, I don't see me represented. Here's your chance to see you represented. He represents you, gay boys. He represents me as a brown woman. He represents all of us. Okay, so back him. All right, and we need to freaking duplicate him. Make 8 AIs of Elijah.
Clone him.
Yes.
But it's the truth. We need it. It's the only way we're going to win. Right. A lot of the Democrats are freaking bending over like on their back like my dog giving belly to freaking Trump. And Elijah's not here for that.
No,
he's not. Anything to say, buddy?
I'm I'm a little overwhelmed with the emotion at the table over it. I've met Manley. I mean, I've met Elijah before at the table here. The district that he's talking about, I actually live in.
Okay.
So I understand his concern about the current representation. My only concern is I don't want to scorch earth. We have 3.5 years to get our shit together as a democratic community, and there's room for everybody at the table, but you can't walk in angry. You have to use that anger in a good way, and you can't scorch earth. So I'm excited, but I hope to God we get enough backing from the Democratic Party with some guidance and some training and some, we can piss and moan and bitch and moan and do all this and be angry and loud like a Cuban. But at the same point, we have to know that this is a unique business opportunity, and we have to build it. And I've met him enough to know that he's got a good heart, a good soul, and he's got a good foundation.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Democratic community welcomes him with open arms, and we do some real serious working together, because we can't piss and moan about the Democratic Party's failures.
Yeah.
We have to realize our strengths and work within our strengths and grow those strengths, which is Elijah.
Yes, listen, Elijah plays in Wilton Manors. He spends his money in Wilton Manors. He knows who's there. He understands who he's talking to.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
But the district is a district, so there's a lot of different souls in that district.
Very diverse.
It's a very diverse district, and that's my point of we can't go in there scorching earth and saying I'm a gay man, I'm a gay man, I'm a gay man.
Yeah.
We have to get him in office, and we have to get him the right support and the right. Training isn't the right word, but we have to take him beyond his 26 years.
Yeah, no, he's got to have colleagues with him. He's got to have people
Mentors.
that he trusts to talk to. He needs mentors.
Right.
He needs people who have gone through this before.
And that's my point. We have 3.5 years to help him become the next congressman.
He needs some of those old people.
He needs some of those old people,
100%.
And he knows that. That's the wonderful thing about Elijah. He knows that. You know? He is very well surrounded with some good people, and he wouldn't just go in there guns blazing.
No, I understand. You know what I mean? And I just hesitated to say anything because I'm more optimistic. I want to see success. I just don't want to scorch the world.
Right.
No, and you're not
we got Donald Trump scorching the world.
Yes.
I don't want a democratic version of that, because that doesn't do anything.
Well, and he's also not fighting alone.
Right.
You know, we also don't want him burnt out either, right? Like, this is not for me. Let me not follow through.
And I don't want to put him on a platform only to watch him fall. We have to have a safety net there.
There's a lot of components to running, and I'm almost positive that he's looked at all those components.
And I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm just saying in this moment, my take is, let's get through the next 3.5 years. Let's do the training. Let's do the SMART campaign. Let's do the support and the safety net. Let's use our old people and our young people, and let's do this intelligently.
Yes, 100%. So that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our